Lesson 4 talks about rotations, which is our third type of transformation. A rotation is a turn about a point of rotation. So the kids are going to have to get used to using that language of math. We're talking about a turn about a point of rotation. So in this case, our point of rotation is point V right there. So our shape is what we start with. Our image is what we are going to rotate to. It says now when we show the shape in its new position, we draw a rotation image of the shape. The rotation can be clockwise about a vertex V. There's our vertex V, and we're rotating it clockwise. It can be counterclockwise about a vertex V. So we would say this triangle is rotated a quarter turn clockwise. This triangle has rotated a quarter turn counterclockwise. Now, for the kids who don't get involved in their math and don't want to be hands-on, this is the toughest one. So everything that our brain does is designed very well in our lives to work on horizontal and vertical type of things. Everything is vertical lines when we read, horizontal lines when we read, vertical lines when we have things in books, that kind of stuff. So from our vertex V, if we go out like this and say we are going straight up and 2 lines over to get to point A. Now, when we rotate this 1/4 turn, we would look at this and go, we rotate that line 1/4 turn, and from there, to go from V to A, we went 1, 2, 3, 4 up and 2 over. Well, we're doing the same thing. We're going 4 this way and 2 over. This becomes point A prime. To go from V, our vertex, our point of rotation, to point B, we went 1, 2, 3, 4 up and 2 over. We are going to do the same thing after we rotate it. We're going to go 1, 2, 3, 4 up and 2 over. That becomes B prime. Now, when you rotate your book, which is the way we're going to show it with the kids, if you take this perspective and say, this is what we started with, and you rotate it and go here, you're going to see that it looks identical after you rotate it. But they have to rotate things to get that perspective. So they're going to always be looking at it with their eyeball back here. Here's our beautifully drawn eye. And they're going to be looking at it from straight on to that line. Same thing when we rotate it, that eyeball, that's a nasty looking eyeball. I don't know what that is. Looks more like some kind of a snake. When you rotate it, you're going to be having your eye over here and looking at it that way as well. So the rotations are not hard, but it does require a lot more active rotation of the actual book. So in this case, it says draw the rotation image of each shape after a 1/4 turn, a 1/2 turn, and a 3/4 turn. So if we draw this, and we said our point V is our the vertex about our point of rotation. So let's call that point A. This is going to be point B. This is going to be point C, and we're going to give it a rotation 1/4 turn clockwise. First off, so to go to A, we're going to go straight up 1, 2, and over to the right 1. So if we rotate this, we go 1, 2, over to the right 1. That becomes point A prime. To go to B, we go straight up 1. Well, B, we go straight up 1. This becomes B prime. And to go to C, we go 1, 2 up and 1 to the left. 1, 2 up, 1 to the left. That becomes C prime. So there's C prime, B prime, and A prime. So we can get rid of those lines, and now we can just join those up. So we go to there, down, over, and back, and that is one hideously drawn little kite. Very easy to do, and the kids are going to use rulers to do this rather than using a mouse that doesn't show very accurate lines. So down here, it says each picture shows a transformation. Name the transformation. So in this case, this shape went from here to the image But this has obviously been a translation, because all we did was we took the original shape and we slid it this way. So this becomes a translation. On this one here, this whole image has rotated this way. So it's rotated 90 degrees, and we can tell it's 90 degrees because this line here, let me show it better. This line here, there, has rotated around to become up here. So that is a 90-degree angle. So this becomes a rotation.